high porosity hair can be very challenging if you don't have a healthy hair care routine and you don't know how to keep your hair moisturized. In today's video, I'm going to be giving us some tips that will help keep our high porosity hair moisturized and healthy. But before we go into that, let's quickly look at what high porosity hair is. High porosity hair simply means that your cuticle layers are spaced apart. There are openings in your cuticle layers. Because of this, high porosity hair easily absorbs moisture and also loses it quickly. Most time when people hear of high porosity hair, what comes to their mind is that the hair is damaged. Is as a result of aggressive use of harsh chemicals and all that. Yes, to an extent, you're right. High porosity hair can also be genetic. There are high porosity that are genetic, while there are some that are chemically induced. The major difference between those that are genetic and chemically induced is that high porosity hair that is genetic is not as porous as high porosity hair that is chemically induced. Because of the opening in the cuticle layers, a lot of people find it difficult to retain moisture. So they suffer from dryness, which leads to excessive breakage. If you are new into porosity, you don't understand much about porosity, or you are still struggling to understand what porosity is all about, kindly check out this video where I talk extensively on hair porosity. Because our major focus today is tips on how to manage your high porosity hair and keep it healthy. So the first tip I'll be talking about is to understand your hair porosity. You need to know your hair porosity. You need to know you are high porosity before you start caring for it like high porosity. Because you cannot treat an ailment until you know the root cause of the ailment. So if you don't know your hair porosity, you might not be able to take good care of your hair because you might be treating your high porosity hair like low porosity hair without knowing that your hair is high porosity. Tip number 2, when investing in hair care products, you have to be careful of your choice of product. Go for products with lower pH because on the porosity scale, your hair is already on the alkalinic level. So using products that are too alkalinic will cause more damage to your hair. It will raise up your hair cuticle, causing more tangles, causing more breakage, causing your hair to be more frizzy, dull looking. So when you use an acidic product on your hair, it will help to bring down the pH, thereby closing the cuticle layers and help to fight off frizz. High porosity hair benefits more from products with lower pH. So when you are buying products, look for products that are within the skin pH, 4.5 to 5.5, so that you don't cause more damage to your hair. Tip number 3, high porosity hair loves heavy oils. They love heavy butters. They love grease. They love hair pomade. Those things that will help to lock in the moisture are things that you should be looking for when you're buying products. Don't go for lightweight oils. Don't go for lightweight butters. I remember when I just started my natural hair journey, I didn't have much knowledge, so I just used any kind of oil on my hair. I discovered that my hair was always dry because I was using lightweight oils and it could not lock in the moisture. So I have to keep moisturizing my hair almost on a daily basis. But when you start using heavier oils and heavier butters, you discover that you don't need to moisturize all the time because your hair will still be moisturized because there is enough moisture that has been infused into your hair strand. So instead of going for lightweight oils, high porosity hair love heavy oils and heavy butters. Heavy oils and heavy butters are your go-to if you have high porosity hair. But in everything, there is always an exception. I've seen people with very thin hair that are high porosity, and when they use heavyweight oils, it tends to weigh down their hair. So if your hair is thin and you discover that heavy oils tend to weigh down your hair, even if you are high porosity, look for oils that are not too light, neither are they too heavy. They are in between light and heavy, medium weight oils. Go for something that your hair will be able to take, like medium weight butters, medium weight oils are things that you should look out for if you have thin, low porosity hair, so that heavy oils and heavy butters does not weigh down your hair. Tip number 4, read your ingredient label. It's very, very important. Don't just buy product because it's trending. A lot of people buy product because they say the product is good, the product is trending. We don't even bother checking the ingredients to see if it will go with our hair type or our hair, whether we have thin hair, whether our hair is high porosity, low porosity. At the end of the day, we end up, by the time the product doesn't go the way we want, we end up condemning the product. We did not care to look at the ingredients, whether it's something that we are allergic to, whether it's something that is good for our hair, whether it's something that will cause excessive buildup. So when buying your hair product, if you have high porosity, don't skip reading your ingredients. Reading your ingredient label is very important. It will help you to opt for products that are rich in moisture, because if you have high porosity hair, all you're looking for is moisture. You need to keep your hair moisturized. You need to keep your hair hydrated. Do not opt for products that only hydrate your hair without moisturizing your hair. You look for products that are rich in emollient, products that are rich in oils and butters. They are products that will help to keep your hair moisturized. It will help to infuse moisture into your hair strand. So don't go for products that are only hydrating if you have high porosity hair. And when your hair is well moisturized, breakage will be minimal. Another area you need to look at if you have high porosity hair is your choice of shampoo. When you have high porosity hair, you don't just buy shampoo because everybody is using that shampoo. You look for shampoo that is mild because most shampoo are already alkalinic and your hair is already alkalinic. So you don't need something that will come and raise up your cuticle more than it's already raised. Rather, you opt for something that is mild, something that is gentle, and something that is also cleansing. Something that will clean your scalp without stripping it of its natural oils. You go for conditioning shampoo, mild cleansing shampoo, moisturizing shampoo. The good thing about using moisturizing shampoo is that it cleans your scalp without stripping it of its natural oils. When investing in shampoo, if you have high porosity hair, make sure you're buying a shampoo that is sulfate free, a shampoo that have a lower pH that will not strip your hair of its natural oils. Another thing that is very, very important if you have high porosity hair is deep conditioning. Oh, you cannot do without deep conditioning. Deep conditioning is a must. You cannot skip deep conditioning if you have high porosity hair. On your wash day, it's not something that is optional. It's something that is mandatory because you need all the moisture you can get. Deep conditioning will help to infuse moisture into your hair strand and help to strengthen your hair. Another reason why deep conditioning is very important if you have high porosity hair is because most time the shampoo we are using already have a pH of 8, 9, within that range. So your cuticle layers are already more raised than the way they are. You need something to bring it down. Because of the acidic ingredients in your deep conditioner, it will help to bring close down the cuticle layers a little. So deep conditioning is not something that you can skip. Try to deep condition at least twice in a month. It will help to infuse moisture into your hair strand. It will help to strengthen your hair. It will help to minimize breakage. Deep conditioning is a game changer if you have high porosity hair. I'm speaking from experience because I'm high porosity. I know how deep conditioning has helped to minimize breakage in my hair. So if you've not been using deep conditioning in your hair, even if you are not high porosity, in fact, if you have a natural hair, deep conditioning is a must if you want to grow a healthy and a lengthy hair. These are things you need to look out for when you're buying deep conditioners. If you are high porosity, you need to look for conditioners that are hydrating, conditioners that are moisturizing. You need to look for conditioners that are formulated with heavy oils, heavy butters, emollient, BTMS, cetyl alcohol. We have what we call balanced deep conditioner. They contain a little percentage of protein. Using products that contain a little percentage of protein on every of your wash will help to strengthen your hair before your next wash day and help you to minimize breakage. It has helped to minimize breakage in my hair. So it's not something that is mandatory. You can decide to just opt for normal moisture deep conditioner and wait for your monthly protein treatment before you use protein on your hair. If you have high porosity hair and you want a game changer in the deep conditioning, opt for deep conditioners that comes with a little amount of protein in them. It will help to improve the health of your hair. I've tried using normal moisture deep conditioner and just wait for my normal protein treatment day and do protein treatment. But since I started using product deep conditioners and even leave-in conditioners that have a little amount of protein in them, it has helped to strengthen my hair. It has helped to minimize breakage, and it has helped me to retain length. I'm speaking from personal experiences. If you can go for balanced deep conditioner on every of your wash day, use a deep conditioner that has a little amount of protein, I bet you will see a lot of changes in your high porosity hair. When you condition a high porosity hair, you really don't need a steaming cap because your cuticle layers are already raised, your cuticle layers are already open. So just wearing a shower cap and allowing the body heat to do the work, very okay. It's as good as using a steaming cap on your hair. You use steaming cap for low porosity hair because your cuticle layers are tight. When you want to rinse out your deep conditioner on your wash day, do not use warm water or hot water. Using warm or hot water will lift up your cuticle layers. You're looking for something that will bring down the cuticle layers after shampooing your hair. So use cold water. Cold water will help to close the cuticle layers. If you're intentional about your hair, using a deep conditioner on your wash day is a must. That's all about deep conditioning when it comes to high porosity hair. Even your leave-in conditioner, you should also opt for leave-in conditioners that are moisture rich because you need something that will keep your hair moisturized within your wash, in between your wash day. You don't need something that will keep your hair dry, and something that contains too much humectants is not too healthy for high porosity hair. Don't go for products that have excess of them. Go for products that have them in smaller percentage. Another important tip is to always seal in the moisture, lock in the moisture in your hair. When you hydrate your hair with a leave-in conditioner or your hairspray or whatever you're using as your hydrating product, don't skip your sealants. You use sealants such as hair butters, hair grease, hair pomade. Like my hair love hair pomade. Butter doesn't lock in my hair moisture that much, so I opt for hair pomade. So find out what your hair likes and go for what your hair likes. The fact that I'm using hair pomade doesn't mean that everybody that has high porosity porosity hair will use hair pomade. Some people use hair grease and weigh down their hair. Some people use hair pomade and weighs down their hair. Some people hair love butter. So look for what your hair love and go for what your hair love. But make sure you're sealing in the moisture. So sealing in the moisture is a must if you want your hair to be moisturized and well hydrated. Another important thing to take note of if you have high porosity hair is protein treatment. Just as deep conditioning is important in your hair, protein is very, very important if you have high porosity hair, because your cuticle layers are damaged, your cuticle layers are broken, there are gaps, there are opening. The hair is made up of proteins, the hair is made up of keratin. Some of those keratin are already missing as a result of aggressive use of chemicals and every other damage that has come to your hair. So you need something to fill in those gaps. That is why protein treatments regularly on your high porosity hair will help to strengthen your hair. We have to keep your hair bouncy, we have to keep your hair elastic, we have to keep your hair healthy. Protein regularly if you have high porosity will help you to fill in those gaps that are already missing in your hair. We have to strengthen your hair and minimize breakage. So if you have high porosity hair, your routine should be every 4 weeks for protein treatment. And if you cannot go for 4 weeks, at most do not skip more than 6 weeks. Otherwise, your hair will begin to break excessively. Your hair will lose its elasticity and your hair will become very, very dull looking. So protein treatment, if you've not been doing protein treatment on your high porosity hair, girl, it might be the reason why your hair is breaking excessively. So try to opt for protein treatment in your routine. It will help to strengthen your hair and help you to retain length. If you have high porosity hair, do not use alkalinic product without following it up with an acidic product. Otherwise, you are opening your hair for more tangles, more breakage, more dryness, more frizzy and dull looking hair. So what we hear all the time is keep high porosity hair moisturized. Yes, keeping high porosity hair moisturized is key. But in everything, there should be a balance, because when you over moisturize your high porosity hair, there is bound to be consequences. Your hair become limp, your hair become weak, your hair become dull, because the water you are pouring into your hair or the hydrating product you are using excessively tend to make cortex to swell up. And when the cortex becomes swollen, it will take a period of time for the cortex to dry up before the hair can go back to normal. You need to create a balance so that you don't over moisturize or you don't under moisturize your hair. I don't know if there's a word like that anyway. So these are the few tips when it comes to high porosity hair. Following these few tips will help to keep your hair moisturized, will help to keep your hair healthy, and will help you to retain length. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Judith Egbe Eche. If you got value from this video, kindly give me a thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed to my channel and you love my content, kindly hit the subscribe button. Do have a nice time. God bless. Check out this video. It will help you to understand porosity better.